fans to the show 3 Now. My name is Reynard Joseph.
And my name is Manny D.
This is a show basically we take 3 major topics discussing for you, the sports fans.
So let's get right to it. The first thing we're going to start off right now is the hottest thing in the NBA and in the sports. And that is the Houston Rockets. 22-0. The second longest winning streak in NBA history. What you got to say, Ray?
Absolutely phenomenal. I have to say big ups right now to the Houston Rockets. They are on fire. There's no team right now who is holding a candle to them. They are putting up buckets, they are giving suffocating defense, and they are showing up to every single game. In their arena and out their arena.
The most important thing is their defense. I will say this, led by Dikembe Mutombo, the 65-year-old veteran from Congo, is blocking everybody's shot.
With his AARP card, he is showing up right now. He still probably bags groceries on the weekend at Kings. Just for the fun of it, he is doing his thing.
And the most important thing is T-Mac is back. He put that team on his back. Without the most important player Yao Ming, 22-10 is missing, and yet they're still winning. But I'm telling you right now, honestly, T-Mac is the man.
Honestly, I think I might have to say it was a blessing in disguise for Yao Ming to go out. Reason being is, now they put somebody who is designated to only defense. Dikembe Mutombo is not expected to score. They do not care if he puts up a dunk here and there, maybe a bucket or a layup, that's great.
I'm not going to say that Houston Rockets are better without Yao.
Oh, no.
But I'm saying right now, sometimes when you take something good away, you realize that there's other key attributes. Like Rafer Alston, like Shane Battier in his fantastic defense, especially in their most recent win against the LA Lakers. Kobe Bryant shot 31 times for 24 points. Big ups to Shane Battier.
Oh, Shane Battier was smothering him. He was on his jersey. It was a beautiful thing.
But continue on the...
And he did it legitimately, unlike Mr. Bowen. Oh, sorry.
No, come on, man. We don't undercut people like that, man. Don't talk about Bruce Bowen like that. He is a horrible player. But that brings us to the next topic. Which is more deserving? Obviously, the Houston Rockets are going to win some type of award as an organization.
Oh, yes.
Which one is it? Is it Tracy McGrady for MVP or is it Rick Adelman for Coach of the Year?
Okay. I have to say right now, both of these men are very distinguished. They're capable of winning this award. But I have to say right now, the way I look at it is Rick Adelman. Rick Adelman has led this team through a lot of turmoil, up and down. They were at 10th spot at one point. They were not to be considered into the playoff. They were thought as a joke. And next you know, Rick Adelman, he dug it deep into this team, and he brought them up. And look where they are now, sitting on top of the number one in the West.
If you go back to old 3 Not Show episodes, you would have heard me say Houston Rockets are the team to beat now. If you go back to a little more recent 3 Not episode, you heard me say the Houston Rockets are making the playoffs.
Absolutely.
The Houston Rockets went from 1-0 to 0-1, as in number 1, with this 22-game winning streak. T-Mac put him on the back.
Yes.
But I love him, but he's not MVP.
No.
Throughout the streak, he's only averaging almost 22 points in the streak.
Absolutely.
That's not that much amount of points, but it's enough to lead the team. He's capable of putting the team on his back, but I don't think he's MVP. I still have to lean towards LeBron or Kobe for this award. But without a doubt, Rick Adelman is the Coach of the Year.
I mean, if you want to put up the argument, MVP is personally someone who helps his team no matter whether he's scoring or not. And yesterday, in the game,
he's a leader.
When he played the Lakers, he didn't score in the first half. But I did see him do incredible things like passing, distributing the ball.
The scoring person, Rafer Alston.
Rafer Alston. Oh, a.k.a.
Skip Lou. New York, big ups, big ups.
And one legend. But I saw him send him up, giving him those threes. The man was raining.
T-Mac is by far the most important player on that team. Without him, they would not be a 22-game winning streak. No. They miss Yao Ming, yes, but he's not the MVP of the league. Is he the MVP of that team? Yes. Is he the MVP of the streak? Yes. But he's not the MVP of the league.
No, that still goes to the
Coach Adelman? Yes. Coach of the Year. No one else. Coach Adelman? Yes. No one else. And 22-game winning streak, this is March, and they haven't lost since January.
Since January?
But speaking of March,
oh yes,
it is
March Madness, ladies and gentlemen.
Probably the most exciting month in college basketball. Not probably, obviously.
It is the most exciting month, period.
All 64 teams has been chosen ever since yesterday's Sunday.
Exactly, Selection Sunday.
And you know the number 1 teams are UCLA, Kansas,
UNC, and
Memphis. Oh. Now, we're going to go early. We're going to talk about who do we think is going to come out in the Final Four.
Oh, the Final Four? Oh, you want to go that far?
Yeah, I want to go right that far. Just get right to the point.
Get straight to it?
Get right to the point. I got Texas coming out of the South. I got UCLA coming out of the West.
Okay.
I got Kansas coming out of the Midwest and UNC coming out of the East. Now, I also like Indiana. Now, Eric Gordon is the only superstar in college right now that is in this tournament. Michael Beasley is not in it. And if Eric Gordon wants to make a name for himself in college right now, to make his NBA draft pick go sky high, If he can help his team come out the East and beat UNC, this guy will be something special. Something like a Carmelo Anthony. Something like a Kevin Durant. Eric Gordon, if you can put us on your back, I got you. Who you got coming out Who you got coming out in the Final Four?
All right. Right now, the way I look at it is UNC, I agree with you. I do see coming out of the East is the UNC. Hands down, they're putting up points. They're working like a well-oiled machine. They are doing their thing. I look at Kansas coming out of the Midwest. Texas out of the South.
I love Augustine.
I
love
the man
Augustine.
Knows how to run an offense.
I love Augustine. I love Abrams, and I love John, and I like James.
He's doing his thing. I have to say legitimately, and I see UCLA coming out of the West.
Love. He's doing his thing.
I have to give him love, but I do see some potential upsets that I can possibly see. Do you see any? Do you see any at all that you think of?
Well, like I said, Texas is not number one.
They're not number one at all.
I think they're going to beat Memphis. So that might be somewhat of an upset because they're number two. But as of right now, I don't see any major upsets in the Final Four status.
No.
And that's what's going to happen. Now, who I see is Texas, UCLA, Kansas, UNC.
I mean, let's not forget, last year, it was a beautiful run that George Mason did. It was great. It was exciting. But I don't see that happening this year. I don't really see a bubble team that may pop up.
But do you see an upset?
I see Kent State maybe upsetting some people, maybe Kansas State, or even Baylor. But really, just to get to the Final Four, no.
But I'm telling you right now, all the teams that I selected, they all have some type of individual to lead to. And of course, the team's important. You got Texas, you got DJ Augustine. For Kansas, you got Chalmers, of course. For UNC, you got Hansborough. And for UCLA, you got Love. And even on top of it, they have their point guard, Collison. And even if Indiana is able to upset UNC, they have Eric Gordon. So everybody has some type of leader that needs to come through in order for a team to be on top.
Oh, I definitely agree with that. You need your leader to get you through the hard times.
And this is where great players are made.
Remember, it's one and done.
This is the tournament. But let's just go real early, bro.
Early?
If you can pick a champion out of this group of people, who do you have? Right now, right off the bat, who's your early pick of the champion?
All right. I have to say right now, the sexy pick would be UNC. UNC. Everybody, it seems as if they're the sexy pick to pick. They look good. But I have to say, for me, I will probably look towards UCLA.
He says UCLA. UNC is everybody's hyped over Hansborough, Player of the Year, getting his jersey retired and all that other stuff.
Absolutely.
I'm not falling to the hype. If not UCLA, because they are the complete team, you know our motto, will is always more important than skill. And Texas has the heart. Texas can come out. If not Kansas, Texas. Texas has the most heart out of our teams I selected. I'm rooting for Texas. TJ Augustine, all the way.
Remember, you can't chart heart. We'll see what happens.
That's our 3 major topics for this week. Once again, my name is Manny G.
My name is Bernard Joseph.
That's our show.